What is going on, guys? My name is Chaotic and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video. Now in today's video I'm going to be showcasing the interior of the new mansions and stilt houses available in Grand Theft Auto Online with the new Executives and Other Criminals DLC. And I'll also be showing off as well the new custom apartments and all the new interiors related to those as well. But first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at the interior of the new stilt houses. Now there are several new stilt houses which you can purchase in the Vinewood Hills, but the interiors themselves are very similar. Not quite identical, but certainly very similar, so I won't go ahead and just show all the interiors off. I'm sure you guys will get the idea by me just showing you one. The only differences really being are the furniture. There might be slightly different flooring and paint on the walls, but apart from that, the layout itself is pretty much the same in every stilt house. Now for those people wondering how much are these stilt houses, well, the prices start off at about $600,000 and go all the way up to $800,000, which if you ask me is very reasonable indeed. Now I don't know about you guys, but when the DLC was first announced a few days ago, I instantly thought that Rockstar was going to make these new houses very expensive. I'm talking prices in excess of maybe 5 or 6 million each, but as it turns out, even the most expensive stilt house only has a price tag of $800,000, which if you ask me is very cheap. And these stilt houses are just awesome. They have some very cool looking interiors and they come with a 10-car garage. So I would definitely recommend purchasing one of these new stilt houses if you guys get the opportunity and have the money to do so. But anyway, that is pretty much it for the stilt houses. Let's move on and take a look at the interiors of the brand new Penthouse Apartments in the Eclipse Tower block. So there are 3 new Penthouse Apartments available in the Eclipse Towers. Prices start from $935,000 and the most expensive one is $1.1 million. So these new apartments are more expensive than the stilt houses, but then again, they are some very cool looking apartments. And if you weren't aware, these new apartments are also customizable, so you can select which interior you have in the apartment. And there are 8 different interiors to choose between. Now unfortunately you can't actually customize the interior, so you can't select which couch you have, you can't move things around or anything along those lines. You only have the option to choose between a few different interiors, which is a bit disappointing. It was thought that these apartments were going to be fully customizable, so you could create your own living space, but nevertheless there's still some very cool looking apartments. But let's go ahead and take a look at all the apartment interiors available to choose from. So this first one is named Modern, and just like its name, it is very modern. You guys can see an array of colors including white, a dark turquoise. You can see there is a really cool fireplace as well, and a water and plant feature under the staircase. But moving on to the next apartment interior, this has been named Moody, and again it is a very cool looking apartment interior. By the looks of things, primarily it is going with a grey and red color scheme. Moving on to the next apartment interior, now this has been named Vibrance, but honestly I'm not really a big fan of this one. It is very colorful, but not in a good way. There are just too many colors, so personally I think it looks terrible. But as for this next apartment interior, this has been named Sharp, and hands down this has to be my favorite looking apartment interior. It is certainly one of the best, if not the best looking apartment interior. But as for this next interior, this has been given the name Monochrome, and again it is a very nice looking interior, very clean and very neat. Moving on to the next one, and this apartment interior has been given the name Seductive. So as you guys can see, the color scheme going on here is primarily red and brown. Again, a very good looking interior, and it certainly looks very cozy. But as for this next one, this has been named Regal, and there is just simply too much purple for me to even like it. I can imagine this one, however, being very popular with the females. And finally, as for this last one, this has been called Aqua, and I'm sure you guys can see why. There is a lot of blue and turquoise and white in this apartment, and that's exactly why this name is very fitting for it. Well, there we go, guys. Those are the 8 apartment interiors. Now, if you do choose to purchase one of these custom apartments, but down the line you get bored of the interior, you can change it at any time. And all you have to do is open up the interactive menu, then go to apartment style, and then just choose between one of the 8 apartment interiors. But as you guys can see, doing this is very expensive, with prices starting off at $235,000, going all the way up to $325,000. But one thing which you can do with this menu is view all the interiors without physically buying them. So you can view them, and when you find one which you like, you can then commit to buying it and spending that amount of money on them. Well, with that being said, that is it for this video, but I do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about the new stilt houses and the new interiors available for the custom apartments by leaving a comment. It would also be greatly appreciated if you guys could also take a few seconds out of your day to click the like button, as it helps me out a lot. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I really recommend that you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So once again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.